Hey everybody, this is Temperance from Komickrazi Studios. I'm here today to teach you how to pack for a con. Sometimes when people get a new fursuit, they don't realize how much space it takes up in their bag. And in order to avoid paying extra costs in shipping or paying for an extra bag in their luggage when they fly, I can teach you how to pack everything in a single suitcase so you can get to the con cheaply and affordably. So the first thing you need to know when you're packing for a con is what type of luggage to use. There are lots of different types available, and you'll find out what works best for you after a few practice runs. The Action Packer is a hard plastic tote. Lots of fursuiters prefer this because it keeps your fursuit protected and safe within a hard case. Handles on either end are a simple pop-off handle. There is a hole in it where you can put in a TSA safe lock, or as I prefer to do, I loop a zip tie through this hole and then through the lock hole, so it keeps the lid tightly closed and secured. When using zip ties, however, if TSA does want to look through your luggage, you will need to tape a baggie of zip ties to the lid of your box in order to allow the TSA to reclose your box and re-zip tie it when they're done. Put your name and address on the lid of the box on the inside, as well as tape it to the inside of the box so that if the luggage is ever lost or broken, you can at least get parts of your Action Packer back or some of the items within it. A few things I don't like about the Action Packer. When flying on an airplane, the size restriction on luggage is in linear inches. Linear inches is height plus width plus depth. Unfortunately, Action Packers are 1 linear inch larger than the allowable size. Airlines allow 62 inches and Action Packers measure in at 63. Most fursuiters get away with it because most airline ticket attendants don't really whip out their tape measure to check, so oftentimes you can get away with this without fear. However, it is a risk you're willing to take. I personally also don't like Action Packers because due to the way they're constructed, although they make them very crack resistant and dent resistant, it does however make it actually a smaller packing size. The box itself has these divots on the side where you lose about 2 inches in the middle on either side for the handles. The lid, as you can see, is actually quite thick. It's about 2 inches as well, so you're losing 2 inches in the top of your luggage. On the plus side, these boxes are quite lightweight, they're easy to carry, they don't crack, and they give you a hard protective case to keep your suit protected. Once I gave up on the Action Packer, I moved on to the wheeled duffel. This is actually quite an affordable option. It's basically a large wheeled hockey bag, which gives it a ton of space. It still fits in with the requirements for flying on the airlines. And because it has wheels, you don't have to carry it, you can drag it on the ground. I got this one at Walmart for 20 bucks, and it's lasted me about 5 years of cons, so they're really a durable product. I have had to do a few repairs. As you can see on the bottom in a few places, I've had to stitch up and glue where it ripped through the fabric. But almost every piece of luggage you own will have some wear and tear on it, and the fact this lasted 5 years without any major damage is pretty impressive. Although I don't fly with this anymore, I still use it when I go to various fursuiting events around town because it's still the easiest, lightest piece of luggage I have. You can get various assorted wheeled duffels. This is one of the cheaper models, but you can get quite fancy ones. Hockey bags come in all different shapes and sizes, and they're really a convenient way to travel with a fursuit. The luggage I travel around with nowadays is a hard-backed suitcase. So this is one of those hard plastic suitcases that zips down the middle and has wheels, so it's easy to push around. So this serves the same as an Action Packer because it's a hard plastic. However, because it's wheeled, it's a lot easier to carry around. This particular bag I got has a zipper so you can expand it if you require. If I had to pick of the three, I would always pick the wheeled luggage with a hard case. It's a little heavier than the other options, but it's more convenient to use, it's airport friendly, and it'll protect your fursuit. So, how do I get all this plus all my clothes into there? Well, I recommend vacuum bags. sure you've seen these on TV, the original space bag. These are various size plastic bags with a zip tight top and a vacuum compartment. You can stuff all of your fursuit stuff in one, suck out all the air, and it greatly reduces the amount of space required. You can get these in various sizes. I mostly use the large and the mediums. If you're a really big person, you may need an extra large. You can also get small travel ones for your carry-on. People always worry with vacuum bags, well, that's great, I've got a bag that I can suck all the air out, but how do I do that when I'm at a con? I don't have a vacuum. Well, there's a couple options for you. You can always call room service and ask if you can use their vacuum. They're usually happy to bring one for you. You can do what my friend does, which is a bed compress. He basically shoves everything into his space bag, closes the tie at the top, leaving just a little gap open. Then he lifts up the mattresses of his bed, shoves everything under, hops on top of the mattress, and then all the air will squeeze out. And then he'll just close off the last bit on the zip tie top. It worked disturbingly well. I was very impressed when he showed me how he does it. However, this is my method. It's a good old Coleman electric quick pump. These pumps you can buy at camping stores. They are designed to inflate air mattresses. So it's quite a basic system. You can get these in a V8 plug for your cigarette lighter for your car, or you can get them in an actual outlet plug. Make sure you get the outlet plug. I learned the hard way when I came home and went, this is a cigarette lighter adapter. This is no use to me. So let me get Momo in a bag and I can show you how it's done. You can pretty much vacuum bag almost every part of your fursuit. Tails, feet, hand paws, bodysuits will all spring back, no problem. You might want to talk to the maker of your fursuit before you consider vacuuming your head. I know some makers say it's okay. Me, I'm a little iffy on that front. This can also be super helpful if you have a fursuit that has a lot of padding. Digigrade padding or any muscle or body padding. This can suck all the air out and make a ton of space you wouldn't have thought was possible otherwise. There we go. I have literally got everything but Momo's head in this large space bag. Now you use the clip on the side to seal it. Even after I seal it, I like to run my thumb over just to make sure it is perfectly sealed. And let's plug in the vacuum. Vacuum it up. As you can see, through the miracle of modern science, that giant bag of fursuit is now entirely tiny and more manageable. And it takes up a perfect spot in my suitcase. I usually store Momo upside down like so. And in this case she's got a buddy, so I'll put him in next. And then Upper Temperance, you go. If you've got various fursuit items, it really never hurts to practice pack a few times, especially if you've never done it before. This way you can find the best way to arrange all of the pieces in order to make they fit well. Can you help me out, Guido? Because fursuit heads are hollow, you can actually put stuff in the head. This serves as two purposes. One, why leave an empty space you could fill with luggage? Two, it actually helps maintain the structure of the inside of the head. So I usually take my bag of underwear, and pop it inside Momo's head, and now she is nice and solid. I don't have to worry about her head ever getting crushed or collapsed. Momo's also got great space in her ears, in here and in here. I can tuck a lot of stuff. One of the main problems people have when they're packing for a con is they will just take their stack of clothes and just put them in a corner, and then take the next stack and put that in a corner. It's far easier and better if you separate everything. So you just want to stick stuff in any crack where it'll fit to make the most of the space inside your luggage. A full fursuit, a partial, a puppet, all my clothes, my bathroom stuff, some food, some fursuit props, my belt, my swimsuit, all in this one suitcase, no problems. It's a good thing to remember if you do plan on buying anything at the con to make sure there's room in your suitcase to put it. Remember, you can also bring a carry-on, so you can carry various items in that, including fursuit heads if you're worried they might be damaged in transport. So I've still got some space tucked in here. I got space if I wanted to buy a shirt or something. I could easily stick that in there. I've got plenty of room in the suitcase still. I can zip up my bag and I'm good to go. Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned a little about how to pack for a con in the future. Good luck, everybody, and see you at the next con.